welcome back to another episode of the Infinite Podcast. What a couple of weeks it's been. Been very interesting out there. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to get into. Before we do get into it, though, welcome to the show, Liam. How you doing from Greybeard's podcast? How's things been? What have you been playing? What have you been up to?
Doing okay. I think I've just been playing a lot of Game Pass games right now. So I played all the Bullet Survivor games. I keep getting addicted to those. Hell's Torment.
Have you played Mega Bonk?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay.
I played Arc Raiders as well because of all that.
Woo, woo. Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
I still need to play Outer Worlds 2. There's so many games.
So many games.
There is so many games. Yeah,
So
there's
many
too
games.
many. I have to agree at this point as my backlog is exploding. And Battlefield 6 is taking up all my time.
And Battlefield 6. Although the Battle Royale is completely busted. It really is. People just fall through the map. Like we tried to go through a door and you couldn't open the door. You just phased through the door and then fell on the top floor. So like, yeah, this is a bit.
Are you on PC or on Xbox?
I'm on Xbox mostly. I do have a PC, but Xbox is usually my go-to.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Holly, how's your week been? What have you been up to? Look like you dressed up as a mime.
No, I'm not a mime. What? You would be very mad at me if I played a mime today because all I'd do is just sit here and go.
You gotta sing the song.
Like, that's all I would do.
You gotta sing the song.
La, da, 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 da. I'm gonna go. See, I have the hair. I
You're
have
there.
a beret.
You're here for those who come after.
Thank you.
There you go.
I am the after, right?
She's the after.
Yes. I have a beret in this house somewhere, and all day I was like, I'm gonna find my beret, and I'm just gonna put it on. It's a tan beret. It wasn't red, and I have this color, which isn't quite red. But I think for not buying anything, like I kind of nailed it. My hair is curled. I got thick. Anyway, Expedition 33. If you don't know, it's been a really busy week, and it's been super good and some bad. What have I been doing? Mega Bonk, you should play. If you have a PC, you should play Mega Bonk because Mega Bonk is mega good. So good. Well, they should put it on console. Everybody should play this game. Everybody. And I think it's similar to Ball Pit, which I haven't tried yet, but I hear is just
I'm addicted to Ball Pit
super
as
good.
well. Yeah.
Okay, so you would love Mega Bonk.
Yeah,
Mega Bonk
I'm
is
getting Mega Bonk then.
so good. It is. You should check it out. It was like it's a flash in the pan kind of thing. It's all of the characters. It's like Vampire Survivors but 3D, and it's based on like memes. Like the characters, like there's like a Mega Chad, and it's this dude who walks around like this, and you know how the garlic in Vampire Survivors is like that circle.
Yeah.
In Mega Bonk, it's his aura. So Mega Chad's like first power is just his aura, which is like the circle that repels them. And then like if they get too close to him, he just does this and he flexes, and it's like a knockback. It's really good. Anyway, so I started Outer Worlds 2, and I love Outer Worlds 1. So I played about 20 hours of it, and I was getting ready to leave the first planet and realized that the companion that I had been looking for on the planet I never really found, and I was getting ready to leave, and I'm like, that's not right. I know there's a companion to pick up here. And also, I was in a party with Grey Monad. Shout out to Grey Monad. We were having a heck of a time just laughing it up about the flaws that we'd gotten. I had 3 flaws. And his story is really good because he took a perk that required him to take every flaw that he comes across. And so he's on this, the last time I talked to him, he was on the second planet and he had 14 flaws already. And like one of the flaws that I got that popped up that I turned down, but he wasn't able to turn it down, is that it's called a kleptomaniac, where you would just be walking through town and you would automatically just pick something up. So like it might be fine. You might have gotten something amazing, but you have no control of when it happens. So you could be caught by like people around you, right? The stealing thing, right? But anyway, so I got to that point and I looked it up and I didn't miss the companion, but there's a glitch in it if you don't just happen to do this other quest before you meet this person and do the quest with them. And so then I tried to fix it because they just disappeared. They didn't show up where they were supposed to show up. They just disappeared. So I went and I did a couple things to try to fix it. They showed up where they were supposed to, but now they're standing there in an infinite silent conversation with nobody. And when I talk to them, they just say the same thing, but they don't do the thing that they're supposed to do. So my game is totally borked as far as that companion goes. So I either have to lose 15 of my 20 hours because I went back and looked at what save was before that. So I either have to lose 15 of my 20 hours or just start over or leave the companion altogether, which was really a big bummer because I was like, I put 20 hours into this. Are you kidding? Like,
you don't have like a save though? Like
I do.
That's a little bit before that.
But you meet this person so early, or at least I did in my playthrough, that I was level 9 and I would have to go back to level 3, 15 hours to get ahead of before the thing happens that, would trigger what she's supposed to do. So anyway, I haven't played it since then because I also had something very crazy happen this week. Same night. Was talking to you, Riskit, in the chat. I'm really just going in here as like the Holly hour for the moment. Sorry. But I was watching Fonz's show Tuesday night, and he had a giveaway from a very generous community member that did a giveaway for a ROG Ally X, which is huge, right? And so they did the giveaway was based on the last 3 serial numbers. Who could guess the last 3 serial numbers of the device would win it. And so I was in the chat, spamming, like, my birthday is January 27th. So I put 127 because 3 numbers. Where do you start? Might as well start with numbers that you like, right? Or that or whatever. So I started with 127 and then I went 027, 227, 327, 427. I did that. And then I just started guessing all kinds of random numbers. And they were like, okay, nobody got it. Let's just do 2 numbers. And so I didn't guess 27 at first because I was like, well, I put in all the combinations, so it must not be 27. So I guessed a couple other things and I thought, F it, put in 27 anyway. So I put that in and then the chat scrolled a little bit and all of a sudden they're like, we have a winner. And so I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, and the winner number was 27. And I was like, what? I was like losing my ever loving mind. Like, I totally guessed it. But it wasn't me. It was somebody else. They said this other person had put it in first. Well, I let it go as much as I didn't want to because, that's a big prize, right? It's not like a $50 gift card for something, right? That's a huge prize. But I was like, Fonz is super cool. I don't want to cause problems for them, like whatever. But then yesterday, apparently on Wednesday, they went back and reviewed the tape. And I had guessed the 3-digit number like way early on. And the chat was just flying so fast that, they just didn't catch it. So I won. So they've reverted. So they went back and checked. They told me that I actually won and it's on its way to me. Wow. So the same night that I was like, I won, but I didn't win, right? This exact same time as my Outer Worlds save was going nuts. And I realized that I lost all this time and I just went, it was like 9 o'clock. And I was like, I'm going to bed. I turned off everything and I just went to bed. It was so bad. But here we are. And life changed. And I just talked for like 15 minutes. You're welcome, everybody. So besides that, I've been playing Arc Raiders. I love Arc Raiders, and if anybody wants to squad up, let me know. But that's it. That's my story. Thank you guys. I see the congrats.
That is absolutely crazy that you ended up winning, because I knew the Mo already. I said Mo. Put your caps locks on, buddy. You're gonna need it. And then Mo was like, Mo said, Riskit, I better not hear nothing from you. You're gonna hear a lot from me tonight. Yeah, I may be the only one on this panel that's gonna like hold the position that I hold, but we'll get into that. Donte, how's your week been? What have you been up to? I'm gonna make some people angry.
Yo. No, week's been good, man. Work's been getting a little busier, but at the same time, it's kind of good. But yeah, outside of that, man, I work from home this week, which was good, because I know they're changing that as of next year, where I got to be in 4 days a week, which I'm not too happy about that. But yeah, so this week at home was pretty cool because I had training, and so I was like, yo, I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. to drive in. He's like, yeah, cool to stay home. So I was like, cool. Boss is really legit in that regard. So yeah, outside of that, man, I just been playing a lot of Battlefield. Been playing a lot of help me out here. What's the damn game?
Did you get it?
Borderlands?
No. I haven't played that one yet. No, I just started that one. So I'm only like an hour into that
you
one.
have a story about Outer Worlds.
Who, me?
You have a story. Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Well, you have a story.
Yeah, kind of. So I went online to get it, right? And the little splash thing pops up that talks about, like, you know, if I wanted to get it early. So I was like, oh yeah, cool. I do want to do that. So I went ahead and I paid for like the upgrade, right? Because I'm like, all right, I got Game Pass. I want to play it. You know, I want to play it early. And so it ended up downloading like the it's like the audio book and all that stuff and the art book.
Yeah,
and I was just kind of like,
that comes with it.
I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, and it said like, you know, like it said like game included or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. But when the game wasn't a part of it, and so I couldn't find anywhere within the Xbox store of looking up the game to be able to do like that pre-install that Game Pass normally gives you when the game's about to come out. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? So basically, after struggling with that for a while, tried it on PC, tried it on Xbox, couldn't find a way around it. I requested a refund. And then after I requested a refund, I went onto the mobile app, and all of a sudden the game gave me the option to do the pre-install. And then like after a day, because like the system still had me in there as I had returned the game. So like it still kind of registered me as like already purchasing the pre-install. So I had to wait for another day to kind of batch overnight for the system to think that I hadn't had the pre-install and then repurchase it. So I was kind of like, all right, it's kind of whatever. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, I didn't see no one else online really having that issue. So maybe it's just some weird thing that was happening to me.
Remember when you were like, I don't know what to do? I looked at the reviews of the premium upgrade in the store. And apparently everybody out here, if you are doing any kind of these premium upgrade things in the future for an Xbox game, it seems like it's very specifically transactional. Like you have to download the base game through the pre-install first, then purchase the premium upgrade. Otherwise, for some strange reason, the system can't like do it the other way around, which is, they should tell you that, or they should fix it.
I never had that issue, but like the Xbox app normally has all the pre-install that you need. You can install anything. Just
yeah, which was really, really weird that like it wasn't showing it. Like I think I messed it up because I got the splash screen obviously when I turned on the Xbox, right, where it was trying to like, hey, you know, play it early or whatever the case is since you're an Xbox Game Pass member.
Yeah. So
that kind of screwed me up because it should have said that like, here's a splash screen, pre-install pre-install the game, and then, you know, if you want to purchase the upgrade. So it didn't give me that option, which was kind of annoying, but I figured it out. Right.
Did you go to the Game Pass like game and see if you could pre-install from there?
Yes.
Okay.
It wasn't showing. It wasn't showing because I had the upgrade already purchased. It was like stupid. So once they refunded it back to me, then all of a sudden when I went back in there, it was there for me to do the pre-install, which is stupid. So
yeah. Yeah, well, Xbox does have those little weird ticks every now and again. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's been a few with parties lately where like weird stuff's happening. Like in Battlefield 6, like you'll be at a party and everyone in the game chat can hear you and you can hear them. So like it's weird, man. It's like we've had people who were going to join Discord because they're on PC and we're like, no, we'll stay in the party and you stay in the game chat. Let's not mess with this because it's working. So there's been some weird stuff going on with like back end systems, I think.
The PC parties, like the game bar is so bad.
YouTube doing my name.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Yeah. It's doing it to Gray Monad. It's been doing it for a while. It'll fix itself at some point again.
Oh, it added some numbers. Yeah. Loves doing that. Lately. It's strange.
You should make Donte a mod since he's.
Oh shit! Are you doing a mod? What?
That's crazy. Why has no one ever said nothing like that to you? Why has no one ever mentioned that to you? That's crazy.
Has anyone ever mentioned that? Are you saying that because what's the? No, it's literally done. If anyone ever said that, I could do it immediately while we're in the show. But anyway, I get real high pitched, like a kiwi. Hey, bro, got any chips? Well, they do. They get really conspiratorial, right? And like when you get they get up like real close when they're asking you for something that they want, and they're like, and then they get really high pitched, like, "Hey, bro, can I get some eggs on that steak?" It's weird, but we love them. We love our Kiwi brothers. What have I been playing, man? I've just been flat out Battlefield. When that Battle Royale dropped, I played the Battle Royale a little bit. Didn't have any tech issues, but I've heard there's been a whole bunch. But what I'm loving, and I think that they've got something with legs here, like the Battle Royale is just a real, like it has a little bit of the Battlefield flavor to it, but it's not, like Battlefield isn't like a single player. Like it's not built to be Battle Royale, right? I mean, I think it could work if they add some stuff to it, but at the moment it's like not, I don't know, man. I feel like it's not fully fleshed out and it's not, it doesn't do anything that I think could drag anyone away from any other Battle Royale. Even though I love Battlefield, like it's just not doing, I don't know, it's just not doing it for me. But Gauntlet, there's another mode that they dropped within that Gauntlet, which is I think it's 8 squads of 4. You start out with 8 squads of 4, then they take out 3, then they take out 2, then they take out 1, and then you end up with like a 1-on-1. I hope I got the math right. Such a great mode. There's just a bunch of different things that you do in between. So like one of them's a hexagon where you get to capture points. One of them's you get to pick up a bomb and take it to an area to arm. But everyone's trying to do the same thing, right? You're all trying to complete the missions, and you're also like all trying to stop each other from completing the missions. And it ends up as like just absolutely hectic, and it is honestly one of the funnest modes. I think they're onto something with that. I don't know if they could bring that a little bit into Battle Royale. The other thing about Battle Royale is there's not really a single player. Like there's not a single player. You have to be duos or squads. And when you really have to
force, is it only 2 and 4?
Yeah, it's 2 and 4. Yeah. But when you have to rely on, like, I have no problem working in a squad as well, like Battlefield. But if you don't have your boys with you and you have to rely on a rando and you're in Battle Royale, it can be really frustrating. If Rando's just doing whatever Rando wants to do, and he's going Rambo, it could be super frustrating. So I think they should add a single player mode. I haven't, full disclosure, I played a little bit of Keeper last night, and I normally keep up on any new game that's getting dropped on Game Pass or whatever. So usually when I'm interested, if I'm not interested, I'll just stop playing it. But I always want to play it a bit so I can have build a bit of a thought process around it. Keeper, I'm a little bit, I don't know, I only played for about an hour, and I was like, it's just basically a walking simulator.
I played Keeper. I finished it.
Yeah, so did I.
In a day. Yeah.
It's
the last third of the game is very good.
Yeah.
Okay. It feels like it's going to be a slow burn. I'll probably play it to the end because I know it's short. And it looks
Planet Alana. Did it like that?
I love Planet Alana.
Yeah,
that was great.
Like that because that was kind of a slow burn.
Yeah, I guess so. What was
Keeper slower? Keeper slower. At least the first half is slower.
And I also don't like It's supposed to feel janky because you're a lighthouse, so I get it. But the camera shifting, like when you want to see something, you're trying to figure out where you're going, and it's like,
the camera is a little frustrating. The camera's frustrating.
Yeah. I'm like, but where am I supposed to? What am I doing? Okay, yeah, I get what, but I can see I'm going to get to a point where it gets a little bit complicated, and I'm going to be like, where the hell am I supposed to go? Because everything, it sort of brings everything in. It's integrate. What's the word for it? Like the art style is the art, the playable or the the affectable parts of the world where you can actually do something with them. They sort of blend in, so it's hard to sort of figure out like, oh, is that a bit there? I mean, I guess once I get to play it a little bit more, you figure out the bits that you can do stuff with. Look, let's get into the topics because it's been a bit of a week. Holly's going to love these topics. She's super ready for them. You can see the look on her face. She's super hyped and excited. We're having this conversation again. But before we do, please hit the like button, share us out. We go live 8 p.m. EST every second Friday at the moment because my work is crazy. I've switched jobs. Bunch of stuff's going on. Don't forget to hit the like button though, guys. And Mo, get your caps lock on, buddy, because we're about to get into it. So, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, during the Halo World Championships, Microsoft confirmed the long-rumored remake of the first Halo campaign Evolved. It also happens to be the very first Halo game to arrive on PlayStation 5 or any PlayStation platform. Now, Microsoft and Halo Studios have confirmed that all Halo games going forward will be on PlayStation. So there's a little bit here for me. I bumped into Liam online with one of my posts, and I think I was interested to hear. He sounded like he was being reasonable and not crazy, because there's some Xbox fans out there that could be a little bit crazy. So I said, look, come on the show and defend your position. So look, I want to get Liam's position on what he thinks about games going to, Halo is just sort of to set the table here. Halo is a tentpole title.
Why don't you get your position?
It is what?
You've been waiting for this.
I think we know his position
first, and then let Liam go afterwards, because you've been waiting for a couple weeks for this, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Well, look. This is my position as well. So look, Halo's a tent. I think Miranda said it absolutely perfectly on Unlocked podcast, and so glad to see her on that podcast again. Because honestly, Miranda being there is like where she belongs. Love Miranda. Yeah, she is fantastic, and she said it best, I think. And I was like, that is like, you can't say it any better than that. So like, Halo is a brick in the foundation of Xbox. 110%. Xbox was built off the back. I would even argue that it is the foundation of Xbox. As Phil said, if we lose Halo, we lose our way with Halo, we lose our way with Xbox. And I genuinely believe that's what is happening. They have lost their way, I think, and and this is not to say that I think Phil's doing this. I think they've lost their way. There has to be some exclusivity. You guys know my opinion on this. There has to be some exclusivity, some reason to bring you to the Xbox. Now there is a nuanced conversation with this, and I think Liam, while we're in the green room, Liam mentioned something where there's a good discussion around that. So we'll probably end up getting back into that if we don't. I'll bring it up. But yeah, I know he said no red lines, Big Mad Mo, but that's a mistake. The logical conclusion of this is that we end up with no Xbox console, and Xbox is not everything. Xbox is the console. That's what it is. This bullshit of like, it's PC, it's cloud. As Holly just said, the PC app is shit. There's no competition with Steam at the moment. And the cloud, there's no competition with GeForce, even though it's improving. So you've got two companies that provide the same thing that they provide, and they do it better. The other argument that I've heard is Game Pass is the exclusive. That's just bullshit. We can throw that out, but we can argue that point if Liam decides to bring it up. So Liam, let's get your position on games going over to. Swear words are coming out, mate. Let's get your position on. Let's get your position on what you think about this Halo going to. Oh, hang on, 1 second. Before everyone freaks out, I know for a fact, and not from rumors, and not from anything that has been on the internet. I know for a fact that the next console is coming. I know that factually. Not because we've heard rumors, not because we've heard people talk about it, not for anything else. Like, I know it's 100% coming. So I'm not talking about the next console. I'm talking about the console after. There won't be one. This is it. The next one we're getting is it. Sorry, Liam. Position, sir.
Well, I'll say that I didn't grow up with Xbox at all. I was on different consoles. I played on like different PCs. I was on PlayStation 2 until 360. So I don't have that Halo experience, what made Halo, what made Xbox, which I think a lot of fans, are upset about this because it's going to PlayStation. But at the same time, you have to look at it in the company's business. They're not doing it for us. They want their money, obviously. So, none of them are our friends. we just buy the games. So we got to a point now with the gaming industry as a whole, just really, some of it's collapsing. And there's a lot of jobs going. Games don't sell the way, not every game sells like 10 million copies. So they have to bring the money back in. And even if it was exclusive to Xbox, how many Xboxes are sold against PlayStation? They're a losing battle on that. PlayStation won a long time ago. So I don't mind if it's going to PlayStation. And if people have a problem with that, okay, fine, whatever. But that is just the Halo remake right now. I don't know when the next Halo is going to be, the proper one. But you have the Halo remake on PlayStation, but you still have the Master Chief Collection, Halo Infinite, Halo Wars, all the rest of the Halos on Xbox and PC. So, they're not just getting everything day one. I think it's just a good way to make Halo relevant again.
Yeah. So I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't argue that it's. I don't want to do a round robin because I know Holly's like itching to talk about this. It's like one of her favorite topics. She loves Halo. She loves the exclusive conversation. I want to get around but like, there's no argument to say like. Here's the thing: two things can be true at once. Yes, my beard is slowly coming back, and because I got, I had a bit of, I got punched in the face actually, and that had a scar. And so if you can see there, I've got this like weird split thing, and for some reason my mo grows in before everything else. Whatever, I just end up with this horrible looking face. I didn't think it'd get any worse, but it does. But anyway, moving back to the, I don't think you can argue that it's bad for Halo.
Focus.
I think this is 100% a really good thing for the game. I don't think there's any argument to say
You're
that
concerned
like
for the brand, which is the box.
Yeah.
Right,
this is so like, and for all of Xbox's games, like what that they bring to PlayStation, it's 100% good for those games. You open up a whole nother ecosystem. You get a whole bunch of other people, right? And if you're focused on the industry from a games perspective, and I can come back to this, but if you focus on the industry from a games perspective, and in the short term, you look at this as great, you're helping the developers. Sounds very much like you might be, but you're looking at helping the developers, right? Like I get that standpoint, but when you look further into the future, this is not good for the brand. Just so when you were saying like they aren't doing it for us, they 100% are. They should be doing it for us because we're the customer. Like we are the clients. We're the customer base you already have. And when you're shitting on that customer base, and I know there's a lot of people like Mr. Caps Lock is that like they can do no wrong.
Reading all of Mo's texts for the last 10 minutes and just
don't you take that, Mo? Don't you take that?
I love you,
Caps
Mo.
Lock.
You're just the best. You're amazing.
He's funny.
Tell him.
But like when I understand there's people out there that will just accept whatever they do, and that's fine. You could be like that. I'm just not like that. I actually want the brand to succeed, and I think that this is like all the people cheering this on. What you're cheering on is the death of Xbox, and I would argue as well for the ABK thing. I cheered that on. I'm not big on consolidation.
What matters more to you though, the box or the IPs?
The box.
And the IPs. I think that's where we differ then, because to me, the IPs are what I want to survive, right? Because we don't know what the landscape's going to look like 6-10 years down the line for the console space, right? It may not be a relevant source of consumption for a lot of people between PlayStation and Xbox. But the IP, what brought me to the Xbox to begin with was Halo. That was the game that introduced me to Xbox. And so I have an affinity for that particular world, that particular universe. So if the I don't think it's going to die because people like to do it too much. But like, if the other choice is that if it doesn't get into more places, then the IP does die, right? And they stop putting money into the Halo IP. Then that doesn't benefit us if it stayed on Xbox. It only got to sell to 5 million people, or whatever the case is, right? However many copies that they end up selling of Infinite, etc. So I want it to basically continue to flourish. So like in that regard, it's like if you're telling me the choice is it dies staying exclusive versus a whole new audience gets to experience it and the IP goes on, I think it makes more sense to want the IP to go on. Like, I understand the idea of what brings me in, but I think the landscape is completely changing, unfortunately, in terms of what the gamer consumes. Like, even the younger gamer, the younger kid, I was having the conversation in chat about this last week with Fonz and a bunch of people. Was like, a lot of kids these days are playing like these free-to-play games, these no-life games, right? Where they're just spending all their time into one particular game. So it's not like the days where we would wait at GameStop or whatever the case is, and we try 6-7 games per year that came out and all talked about them, right? Some kids today get caught up in playing COD or Fortnite or whatever the case is, Roblox or whatever. You know, they're not going to their parents to sit there and say like, "Oh, I really need the next Halo," or whatever the case is. They haven't attracted that new young audience. So if we're the old guard hanging on to how gaming was for us in its great times, and we're sitting up there having this affinity towards these particular IPs, and I'm just like, I don't want Halo to die. So what is the best way to make sure that doesn't happen? And if it means getting it on a PlayStation, so be it. That's my view on it. So be it. You know, if I want it to continue to go on, I want that universe to still exist. So
Halo must go on.
It must go on.
Big Man Mo says Chief needs to retire anyway, so
he does not need to retire. And I mean, yeah, he's not. It's the same as like what they did with Gears. This is the other thing. You know what? There's one more conversation in this whole wider conversation that we've been having for this that Holly's really sick of. And you know when that is? That's going to be when E-Day releases, and then I will shut the fuck up about this. But my other problem with this is stop. No, you like won't. I get your point, Donte, and I agree. It's good for Halo, and yeah, it's a problem. But if Xbox doesn't have Tentpole, those large Tentpole titles exclusively to the platform, there's no reason to go to the Xbox, you know, until we can have that conversation immediately, and then I'll bring it up, is that obviously until they bring out this new hybrid PC box, which is what we've known they're going to be doing for a long time. But that's when you start doing this, right? You don't start doing this now when the perception for the casuals is that Xbox's exclusives are everywhere, so there's no point in owning an Xbox, because that's the thought process that anyone who's not in this, like Mo with his caps lock on, say what? One more time.
I mean, is that going to prevent you from buying the next console as to what other people say about the Xbox?
Yes, 100%. It'll stop me.
Okay.
No, it won't stop me at all.
Okay,
it won't stop me.
So exactly. So people like us are going to purchase whatever the next damn Xbox is, right? And so they know that they have like a percentage of their diehard and true. And what they're hoping is that if the next Xbox is performative enough that it offers some type of differentiator for even that person who, you know, is not, maybe they play PlayStation as their main, but they're enticed by what they're hearing about what the next Xbox can do, right? And if that basically is enough of a differentiator that they can pick up people buying a second companion device because of what the next console it can do, then I don't know about this idea that is the last one, especially if it becomes wildly successful. So the market determines everything, right? So if you can get enough people to get onto a particular product that actually they like and is performative and is doing something that the competition isn't doing, that is how you can get people to sit there and buy your console. And then it's not, you know, oh, I can just play it on my PlayStation. It's like, well, currently my PlayStation isn't doing what this particular box can do. So that's why they have to nail that. They have to nail whatever its capabilities are to show that this is why you should purchase it versus whatever the next PlayStation is going to be. If otherwise, you're right. Then they're just giving people like an off ramp until they kind of get us all in PC, and this is the next one is the last one. But I believe the market can determine that if they stick the landing on whatever the next box is.
But they have to stick the landing, right? And so
of course.
There's a wider conversation here that Holly would probably more appreciate than the one we're having now. Holly, do you want to weigh in on this before I continue on?
I mean, you're wrong about just classifying the fact that I don't like Halo. I love Halo campaign. I hate multiplayer. So I like Halo. I enjoy the campaigns. I loved Infinite. I thought it was great. I don't know why people were so butthurt about it. I thought it's fantastic. I just don't like the multiplayer for it. But you know, I play games. I don't play industry betting, right? Like I'm here for gaming, and like you could ponder about what's going to happen, but none of us really know. The only people that know are the people that work in the C-suites, right? And B, it's like, why? Like, my whole thing is that, are you getting, like, it's one thing to say, gee, and it's a valid concern. I hope that my platform doesn't go away. But, like, it's just, you play games because you like games. How many hours a day are you playing games versus how many hours a day are you talking about people or talking about the industry, et cetera, right? Like,
yeah.
Enjoy the games, right? Like, and if you're spending more hours thinking and talking about the industry than you are gaming, then
you're missing the plot.
You're not. Yeah, exactly.
You're missing the plot of what the hobby's about.
Like, the whole point is you are here now, any of you, right, in your own life or whatever, right, having these conversations. You're here because you just picked up a controller one day and you played a game and you fell in love with the hobby and the art and all of the things that come with gaming. So how do you let whatever's going on in the industry then enrage you? Or, I mean, you know, there's times, but like, you have to take a step back and say, why am I here? I'm here because I enjoy playing games. So like, that should be the primary focus. It's okay to have concerns. It's okay to think about, you know, like your next steps as a consumer. You need to think about your next steps. But really, like, it, for me, these like long speculative arguments and this one that like these ones that just keep coming up over and over and over and over again. I'm just like, bro, and is this damn ROG Ally X and Xbox? Who gives a flying F? It's a freaking handheld thing that you can play games on. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to care about. Who cares how you classify the damn thing? Do you want to play games on the go? That's it. Game over. What does it matter what it's classified as? I don't care who's making $5 versus $20 off the thing. I don't care if it's called a PC or an Xbox. I care about, can I get my games or as many of my games as possible on whichever thing that it is that I'm buying? Because I take the train to work every day and I want the thing to play the games that I have. That's it.
Yeah. So, so is it an Xbox?
It doesn't fucking matter. Like, I'm so tired of that stupid argument. Like, there were like 2 or 3 days where it's like all you could see was it's an Xbox. No, it's a PC because your PC is your memory card. And I'm like, shut up. Like, I don't care.
It's an X-Boy. That's what it is.
Like, how many hours have you played Twitter instead of going and playing a damn game? Like, bro, like, come on.
I mean,
this whole thing is silly. The whole thing is silly. The whole thing is silly. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about Xbox going third party because it's been 2 effing years of this whole thing too. I'm done. Like, play games. Talk about the games. Talk about performance of games on whatever it is you're playing. All of those things. Like, you have the initial conversation, then you have to move on, because really in your life, what are you doing? What are you playing? Like, whatever's going on in the boardroom doesn't matter to you and your everyday and what you're playing.
I do not have to move on, and I will not. No, but see, Mike, this is the thing. I would probably, you're right. First of all, I didn't even get involved in the whole, like, a little bit, a tiny bit.
They're the same argument to me. It's the same argument to me. They're
definitely not. But is it an Xbox? Is it honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like, for me, as a consumer, for that thing, I'm like, well, it can't play my console games right now. So I'm not going to get it because I've got a large library on there, and at the moment it can't play them, and that's all I give a shit about. Like, if you buy a fucking, here's the thing though, like, on that, because now you brought it up, but if you buy an Asus, it's a fucking Asus, right? If you buy an Xbox Asus ROG Ally, it's an Xbox Asus, but that's what it is, because they helped to make it, so they had some design in it. What it does is a different conversation. Like, what it's named is a different conversation. Like, it's just the dumbest fucking conversation. It's not an Xbox. Who gives a fuck? Like, and I don't even like that whole marketing thing, and I could tear that apart in seconds, and I've seen people tear it apart, and I don't disagree with some of it, but Holly, they keep doing this, man.
No. They don't keep doing it. They said they were going to do it 2 years ago, and people just keep talking about it. This is not new.
People hear what they said.
Is the same thing
and
for
they
the last
thought, like,
2 years.
maybe it won't really happen. I hear you guys are saying it, but maybe, just maybe, you'll change your minds later.
People have selective hearing.
Exactly. You're hearing what you want to hear or believing what you want to believe. They've been they've been trying to hint and even been clear about this strategy for a while now. It's here. We knew it was coming. It's either time for us to accept it.
It's been here. The car is parked.
Or to move on.
The air is out of the tires. It's down.
Like, accept it and move on, or move on. Like, if you're just like, if it bothers you that much that you can't enjoy a certain particular game because it's no longer going to be exclusive, then okay, don't play that game no more if it really bothers you that much. Me, I don't care. I care about the game. So I want to play the game, and I'm going to play it on my Xbox. And whatever the next Xbox is, I'll be most likely playing it on that, or whatever the next Halo game is that releases on that Xbox. So I'm not worried about what's going to happen 10 years from now for if there's going to be another Xbox after that Xbox.
Cool. I want to circle back. I am worried about that 110%. I'm going to live to at least 50. Right. So hopefully they get another Xbox, 10 years,
please,
right? So
please. Let's put it out there. Let's put it out there.
So like I just want Xboxes until I die, and then after that I don't give a shit. Well, I do, because my son loves these fucking Xbox and he wants an Xbox as well. But look, here's the thing that really, really bothers me. It's also why like, and the thing that I sort of the thing that really, really is bothering me about it. And it's not what they're doing, and it's not it is a little bit that the console's gonna. I just don't understand, right? I sort of wrote it out and sort of thought about it and wrote it out pretty well. I was just looking for give me 2 seconds and I'll find the quote that I wrote. Here we go. So this is the thing that bothers me. And what I wrote was, the most disappointing thing about this is the Xbox fans downplaying and outright castigating themselves. The end result of this is there won't be an Xbox, and what you're supporting is the death of the platform you say you're a fan of. So that's my thing, is like, all right, we know it's happening. We can't stop them. And like, I had a good conversation with Colt the other day as well, where I'm like I get, we want to be, and Colt had a really good take on it, actually, and hopefully Colt doesn't mind me saying, what Colt said, he's like, I don't, he doesn't really like it either. Like, none of us like it. He's like, but are we going to just sit there and bitch about it all the time? Or are we just going to move on and find something to be positive about within the brand? Because he's like, I don't want to sit there and be negative about it all the time. He goes, I would rather be positive about the things that I'm excited about. I'm like, that is a fucking great way to put it. And I get that and I agree. However, the thing that bothers me is this on Twitter is people like just supporting it with absolute bullshit. Is like, if you don't like it, or I don't know how you could like it, but don't get out there and fucking defend it. Like, that's what pisses me off. I'm like, stop. The Xbox fans need to like literally just be real. It is really good, and the real thing to say is this is fucking great for Halo. Like, Halo is going to get out there. Halo's going to have. I don't even think it's going to sell that many copies on PlayStation, to be honest with you. But
I don't think so. It's just a campaign. So
I don't. Well, no, there's multiplayer and co-op too. But
there's no multiplayer. There's just co-op.
Just it's co-op. No multiplayer.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No multiplayer PvP. Nothing
co-op.
like that. It's just co-op campaign. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, PlayStation guys.
What they may like that though, right? Because they're not exactly.
Yeah, because they're playing single player anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
If they're playing COD or something like that, maybe they care. But
they
just campaign for them. That's cool.
They put sprinting in, and we know that PlayStation guys like their walking simulators, so probably, hopefully that they'll tip. Sorry, couldn't help it. Sorry, Face 23. I'll get to your super chat in a minute. So it's good for Halo. It's going to get some legs, but it is not good for the console as a whole, I don't think. And yes, Holly, right? Like, I don't have a crystal ball, but if you just look at the market, you look at the way things content businesses are developed and built, to me seems only one result. So I just don't like the defense of it. Just like, one thing I will say, because I bitched and moaned about Gears, and so I've got to be 100% intellectually consistent, is that when they did Gears, and it was basically exactly what we already had with Gears Ultimate, at least this time we get something out of it. So that's the other positive thing I would say, is like, this time we get to feel like what Halo feels like in UE5, which I'm really interested to see what it feels like, how it plays, and then what the future of, because I believe, because a lot of people thought this is a bit of a weird move, but I believe that this is them going, look, let's put this in UE5. We've already got a story. We don't have to do story arc, a lot of artwork. We can do a little bit, whatever. But this is an easy way for us to port to rebuild a UE5 Halo and see how it feels and get it right. And then we can move on to making something new.
It's definitely a test. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah. And it's a test that they're obviously going to sell. So my thing is just the defense of it, and it's not as simple as I think what you said is, oh no, people get to play more games. It's not how I see it. It's not, for me. It's not a console thing where I'm like, fuck you, PlayStation guys, you can't have what I have. That's not me. It's more of a I'm concerned about where this ends and what happens. And that's sort of my thing. I'll give Liam the sort of final roundup on this, and then we'll move on to the next topics, because there's a lot of interesting stuff happening.
Well, you say like you're worried about the platform as well, but like when I look at where Xbox is now in terms of the platform it's on, I think it's I think it's a better platform than there's ever been. Like if you just go past all the doom and gloom stuff that happens on a daily basis on Twitter, like, games are going to Xbox that they never had before. Games are going to play anywhere. So they're getting support for the platform. Just because they're expanding to multi-plat doesn't mean the actual platform will go away. Maybe Xbox won't be an Xbox console in the future. But the platform they built, I think, will be a very strong one for the future.
I have to... No! Xbox is the console. You have to stop.
Xbox started off as the console. Now it is a platform. Yes.
No,
it's an ecosystem now.
Exactly. It is what it is. It is an ecosystem at this point. We have to kind of get over the idea of just the box.
I mean,
nothing stays stagnant in that regard. Riskit, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially with technology, like, things adapt or die, right? So
yeah, you don't use AOL for your email anymore. They adapted.
I think in the future, basically, we're gonna go to a point where consoles or whatever they are, gaming on PC is basically saying, do you want an Apple or a Samsung? Do you want an Xbox or a PlayStation? They're going to be all these devices that do the same things, just in different ways.
And
games will be more
PC based,
more expanded.
They're gonna be PC. They're gonna be Windows or Linux based.
Yeah. I mean, PlayStation were Linux based before anyway, so they might just go back to that.
And again, like a lot of I will agree. So Face 23 Brooklyn said his second super chat with the 199. Thanks, Face 23. Got to give him one of those as a shout out. He said most guys, Xbox guys, already switched to PC, and it's a lot of them, man. A lot of them. And I didn't want to. And this is the thing: when they bring out the new console that is more of a PC hybrid, it makes sense to do this, right? It also makes sense for PlayStation to then start making a deal with Xbox to bring their games over, because if they're going to continue to put them on PC and Xbox has a PC hybrid, they're going to be on that anyway. So then PlayStation, Xbox need to start talking. And look, we're just, it's again, to me, the actual bringing the games over, absolutely accepted. I just think the timing's bad. Bad timing. They should have waited till they had that console sort of coming, or have at least announced it. And they're like, now we're going to bring our games to PlayStation because it doesn't matter where we are because we have everything. But yeah, I'll jump to Phase 23 Brooklyn. PlayStation is not in the same boat as Xbox. PlayStation consoles sell, Xbox's doesn't. So if anything, Xbox console will be gone before that happens to PlayStation or Nintendo. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I don't think anyone I don't think anyone would really disagree with that at this point. I think it's pretty obvious, but we're 100% getting another console, guys. Like it's happening. 2027. Keep your ear to the ground. Let's jump on to the next topic. Before we do, please hit the like button. Share us out. We go live. No, it's not Microsoft Gaming. It's Xbox. Sorry, my dad. We go live 8 p.m. EST every second Friday-ish until I can get my work-life balance sorted out. Well, let's jump. Well, Holly, let's skip to a topic because I want to talk about one that you definitely got a bit to say about, and that I think is up your Arc Raiders launch. Listen, I played the Arc Raiders demo. It's a bit slow. So I guess what's different about it? Like, how's it feeling? I know had 100,000 concurrent players like 10 minutes after launch. Was it?
They hit 260,000 yesterday.
Yeah. So it's literally 100,000 10 minutes after launch, which is fucking absolutely crazy.
Yep.
So, I mean, to me, it was slow. You need a good crew. I felt weak. You know what I mean? Like if you have too many of these drones coming after you, I feel like I'm just literally just dropped dead basically from a heart attack instead of even being hit. But like, how's it feeling?
It's great. So I played the tech test back, like it was a closed tech test back in like May, where it was a lot. It wasn't all the game, but a lot of the game was open, more of the maps and stuff like that. And it was really good then. It had issues, but it was good. And then for everybody who played the server slam a couple weeks ago, it was super locked down. It was just one level that you could play. Most of the upgrade system was not available. There was just it was very, very minimal. And what they did was they came from that to this. And one of the things that they did tweak is they said they thought the Ark, which are all of the robot things in the game, they said that they were too aggressive. They found that they were too aggressive in the server slam. So they did roll that back a little bit. And I think that the balance that they found now is pretty good. It might need just a tiny bit more rolling back, maybe just a little bit, but they've done the majority of, kind of pulling that back. The one thing I would say as far as just the PvP portion is that they added this really cool thing. If you guys haven't seen it, they added this amazing thing where they have a voice changer. So
for your raider.
Yes. So your voice can be the voice of these raiders that, you choose these body types and stuff, right? And so they have a few different voices you could choose from. And one of my friends had texted and said, that they were gonna pick a girl voice so that they could just go around and get all these simps to drop some loot for or like come out of the bushes and shoot them and stuff like that, which was hilarious. And I was playing with Farkey last night, and one of the matches, I kid you not, he turned it on, and we had matched with a random, and I literally thought that it was a British girl that was talking, and I was like, "Oh, are you?" This girl's like, "I'm looking for a dog collar," and it was like, "Oh, so is my friend," because Farkey's British, and so nailed that accent, by the way. So, so I was like, "Oh, so is my friend," and then we got murked by these dudes coming. He was like, "That was me," and I was like, "What?" Like, I had no idea, and I hadn't heard him talking, but anyway, so that's a really fun feature. And I would say the prox chat in that game is legit. It's really good because you can hear other people in the building, which I loved, or around you or whatever. But the one thing it does have, for me personally, I think that they should adjust a bit, is that unless you do hear another team talking, I feel like it's very difficult to hear them sneaking up on you. Like, I almost never hear footsteps, anything else, right? Unless I happen to hear their voice chat going off. I don't know. Liam, you've been playing it, you said, right?
Yeah. I haven't heard like people like sneaking around.
Yeah.
Normally when I'm in, I just go in, and the first match I did, I went in solo. And I got all the resources that I wanted, all the looting. The arcs nearly killed me because those stupid I don't know what they're called, but you know, the ones on the floor that just explode. The suicide.
Oh, the rolly ball ones. Yeah.
I hate them so much. I hate them so much.
I hate the Rocketeers. They're terrible. Yes.
I got all the stuff, and I heard shooting in the background. I was like, "Oh, great! There's people here."
Yeah.
I was going to the extraction zone, and then it's already opening. So I thought, "Well, someone's there."
Yeah.
And I turn around, and this guy's there, and I nearly had a heart attack. I was like, "Please don't kill me! Please don't kill me!" But he did the same thing. He was emoting, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot!" And we both left. I was like, "Oh,
okay,
thank you."
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, when I play in a team and I play with some friends, everyone just destroyed us. And it's like, okay. That's how it's going to be in a team. Fine. You play solo, you might have some friends. Playing a team, you can fight everything.
But so tell me, because I just thought that if you went in solo, you were still going into servers with trios.
I think it's servers with solos. I think that's
really. So if you turn off squad fill and you go in alone, you're just going up against other people alone.
I think so. Yeah, I think.
That's great. That's great.
So it doesn't overwhelm you with players,
right? Yeah, because otherwise you'd be constantly getting ganked by people rolling in three-man squads, right?
Agreed, but it's your option to turn off squad fill or not, right? So it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah. But then again, some people randoms will just go off without you. So
some people like actually link up with you though. Like even if they're adversarial, they'll be like, "Hey, let's work together."
That's what he was talking about. Yeah,
you can do that. Yeah, because you can like fight bigger bosses as the arcs.
Yeah, so it helps even if you're not on the same squad. If you want to take down the bigger bots, it helps to actually try to work together, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
I haven't found a lot of people that work together.
Yeah. It's just really, the game is really special. There's just something that the stylistic, nature of it is really just cool and unique and good. And the gameplay loop is good because it's actually more about the arc, and other raiders are kind of a lesser threat.
Yeah,
but they're a big threat when you run into them.
Yeah,
so
they're like in the background. Your task first is to get past the arc.
Yeah,
and then escape. Then you might find people.
Yes, but like there have been times when I've been hiding in a bush, like crouched in a bush, waiting for arc to go by, and they'll still see me in the bush, and I'm like,
okay. I know. Like I'm pretty sure I was not spotted, and then they just look to you. It's like, oh, you're
Yep.
there. Like, how did you see me?
Yep. Yeah. So I think it's like it's turned down, but it still needs just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Or like, and the AI is incredibly smart because like in those domes, they're like they're like the greenhouse domes.
Yeah.
If you're in there, sometimes I found out last night, sometimes they can come in, but a lot of times they'll hang out outside, try to shoot you through the door, but they also will go up over the top, and for the windows that are like shot out, they'll shoot you through the top in the holes of the dome and like find different ways. It's really good. It's really, really interesting. I love it. I just think I don't know. I think it's really, really cool. Are you doing free loadouts mostly, or?
I do, because I died a couple of times. I'm like, I'm going to do a loadout now because all your resources just go. It's like, okay, fine.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Just I think I'll play more solo first, get a few like upgrades, and then work from there. Because I think this is a game that you have to really grind to get the good stuff.
I just saw.
Then you can go in with more confidence and be like, I can handle stuff.
Yeah. And I just saw just now on Twitter that apparently there's a group that has gotten all the upgrades, finished all the quests, and just took down the queen already. Like they must have just played nonstop.
Yep.
But Donte, are you excited to play Arc Raiders?
Can't wait. No, I'm actually excited because I've always thought it looked aesthetically pleasing. So I always thought like, hey, this looks really, really cool. The one thing that was just a little bit, I was just hoping, I wish they had a PvE mode, because I was like, oh, this would just be really, really, really cool if it was just basically cooperative to a degree, right? Where the world is super, super dangerous from the AI and the mechs and the bots and stuff like that. Because games like that, I just don't want to have to deal with something if you're grinding, and all of a sudden you get ganked. I'm not really for sure as to how it works, but that's just the feeling I got off of some of the early videos that I looked at. So I was a little bit standoffish about that, but after talking to Code a little bit about it, and I'm a little excited. So yeah.
Well, that was sort of my problem with it, because that's literally the first game I played in the beta test. Was like we worked at like getting all this, we got all this stuff. We didn't even know what the hell we were getting, but we got it. And then we got back to the thing, and as soon as we got back to the thing, we got just wiped out, completely wiped out. Probably didn't help that Bushido was like running out of the bushes when he should have been waiting. He's like, well, let's run at the thing. But yeah, and I never liked that I didn't mind it about the Dark Zone, but like the problem with the Dark Zone in Division is if you stepped away from the game for any amount of time and then you came back, then you would just get wrecked, and it was really hard to get back up to a point where you wouldn't get wrecked. I don't feel like this game is going to have that, so that's at least a bonus. I don't know. I'll buy it, download it. I'll play it a bit, see if I like it. But I don't know. Yeah, apologies. I had to step out because my little one was having an absolute nuclear meltdown. And I could hear it from with earphones and through two doors. So I'm like, this is not going well. Whatever the hell's happening out there, I better go help. Yeah, look.
What I will say is that, like, every time you go in, it's completely different. Yeah. So, like, just because even on the same map, it doesn't really matter, right? Every time you go in, it's completely different because different people, different patterns. What you get dropped in different points, even on the same map, if you're going to the same map. So, it's just a matter of like, if you have a match that you thought was boring, that's not the game. It's very tense. It's very intense. Mm-hmm. It's just really good. It's really, really good.
Is there more? And is there more than one map? Is there more than one map?
There's different areas, yeah.
But you have to play. They unlock as you play, right? So like the second map, you can't open until you've gone in 6 times on the first one. And then the third one until you've done 12 total, right? So it like opens up another one after every 6, right?
Okay. Yeah,
and they are going to They are going to do season wipes. Yeah, I was bored as snot of playing the exact same map every time. I mean, you learn it, right, during the server slam, but that was just because that's all they had open for that, because they were just trying to test the, do this.
But there was also a bunch of stuff in the menus, and I'm like, what does this do? I love the chicken, by the way. The chicken's awesome. But there's a bunch of different stuff like that you couldn't open and get to. So I mean, I guess that's going to open up the game a lot more.
Yeah, a lot of it is just like level based and resources, and you really have to just try and get everything as you go along. It just opens up.
So every is it similar to like Warzone? You drop in and you're scavenging for weapons or whatever. You don't actually kind of like build a loadout over time.
You can have a loadout if you want.
Okay.
But if you die with that loadout, that's gone. So you can go in with free loadout, and then it won't affect your resource that you already have.
Yeah, so that was the one thing that I sort of liked, and then I was like, but that's the one thing I don't like as well. So if I build this mean like gun and I've upgraded it and I've crafted it, and then if I die, I lose it because I make one stupid mistake. That I didn't like, but there is that free loadout option that Liam was saying is that like you just click on the free loadout and it gives you a bunch of random stuff. Like it just randomizes your loadout and you go, and if you lose it, like it's no harm, no foul, because you got.
What's your progression tree? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you kind of unlocking as you go? If your loadout in terms of weapons is different every time you drop in, right, for what you're finding within the world.
Well, that's just the free. That's just the free. You can create a customized loadout, and the customized loadouts, you bring in stuff that you have, and you get one slot to begin with. Although I think you upgrade it over time, right? I think you can get like up to 3. They call them safe pockets.
Yeah.
So like if you pick up one really thing that's special, you could put it in, you need blueprints to build some of the guns and mods for guns and stuff like that. So if you find a blueprint, you would want to put it in your safe pocket so that even if you die and lose everything, whatever's in the pocket, you get to keep when you come out. Yeah. But there's no safe pocket in the free loadout. That's kind of the like trade-off, right? Like, we'll give you all this stuff for free, but you literally have to come out with everything, right, to earn it, versus the safe pocket.
What's the community been like? Because my experience is like, I had like a 50-50. So the guys that one set of guys we bumped into were like, hey, and they were like, whoa, and then we just all sort of parted ways. And there was the other lot, and obviously I got absolutely murdered. So like, is the community being cool, or are they like murdering each other? Like,
it's pretty much like that, and that's probably the draw of the game, because you don't know what players are going to do. Half of them I'll just be like, hey, I just want to loot. If you run into some other teams, they'll just kill you instantly.
Most say you're just not a likable person, Riskit. And I will say, FarQ and I did squad fill yesterday, and like we wound up playing with 2 different people, like multiple matches, just and like friended them, right? So if we're on again and they're on, like we would squad up because people were just, you know what I mean? Like that's unusual as well when you squad fill, even like in Warzone or something, right? Like a squad fill, and like half the 3/4 of the time they drop way on the other side of the map. It doesn't matter, all of that stuff, right? But these guys, like the people you're coming in with, seem to be pretty friendly and want to like work together and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Well, you kind of need to, right? Otherwise you're going to get absolutely destroyed.
Well, not necessarily, not always. Because some people think that they're just a Giga Chad and they can go do whatever, right? So
I'm a Giga Chad. Look, I'm gonna. Man, the backlog is crazy at the minute. What do we got? So, well, that's sort of our next topic. Before we jump into that, please like, button, share us out. We go live 8 p.m. EST every Friday, and I am likable, Mo. At specific times in specific places. So, look, I just wanted to do the whole Xbox and call it out, because I have had some negative, sort of feelings towards Xbox in the last, I'd say, couple of weeks, just with some of the stuff they're doing. But there's been a lot of good stuff as well. So I just wanted to call that out what I was about to say is that my backlog is getting absolutely huge. You'll have to excuse me because I'm doing this while I'm doing some screen shares. So yeah, if we just look into the topics there, and you'll see the graphic, and I think this is shout out to Colobrial, fantastic guy by the way. He just provided us with a bit of a roadmap from sort of way back in, I think it was 2020. You go back to 2018 when they were launching some stuff as well. But yeah, we've had an absolute stellar run. When you look at this, they have absolutely killed it with providing content. Now, look, not all of them are like tippy top at the tippy top. I would argue GoldenEye 007 was a bit of a Grounded, terrible. Shout out to Colt. No, Grounded was good. Love Grounded as well. They've got a ridiculous amount of games that they put out since 2020. What did Mo say?
He said, I like your Riskit, even though you're wrong and have shit takes most of the time.
God damn. Just choosing violence.
We'll leave that up. But I mean, just this year, what would we have? We've had Avowed, South of Midnight, Towerborn, Doom Dark Ages, Tony Hawk, Outer Worlds 2's just dropped, Ninja Gaiden 4. Not to mention all the Game Pass games that aren't first party that have been dropping in that have been absolutely amazing. But don't know why Perfect Dark is still in this graphic, but he still has it. But coming down the line, we've got Fable, which Steiny put up. Can't stop thinking about Fable, which says to me that there's something close to announcement. I would say we're gonna hear something.
I really want that next year.
We're gonna hear something very, 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 very soon. But State of Decay 3. And then we've got Clockwork Revolution, which I think we're obviously going to see in 2026 as well. I'm pretty sure that game's coming there. E-Day, 2026, 2027, I'm not sure. Elder Scrolls, Contraband, Blade, OD, Everwild still in there, don't know why. And that Toys for Bob Untitled Project. They got a lot coming down the pipe, and this doesn't even include the games that they have that are obviously not announced or secret projects that they're working on. So they're really, really hitting their stride at the minute. And it's good to see finally, and then they just have to.
I'm pretty sure that Contraband was cancelled as well.
What?
That Contraband, I think that was cancelled as well.
Yeah, Contraband's out of there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
disappointing. Maybe I should make it. Maybe I should make a not coming to Xbox trailer with all the games they canceled. Yeah. But yeah, I did want to shout that out. There's a whole bunch of stuff that sort of does detract, from the Xbox is hitting its stride and delivering on a lot of their promises. Some of them they're not, but so I just wanted to call that out. Holly, do you want to talk about? Is there anything in there that you're super excited to see or super excited for coming down the pipe?
I mean, Clockwork is okay.
No, Holly, go.
What just happened?
Oh, she wasn't talking to her. It was an offhanded question. But anyway, yep, fire away. Clockwork.
Fire you. Clockwork Revolution is the game that I've been excited since the minute they showed it, and everybody kind of overlooked it because it reminds me of BioShock. Yeah. And so I was all on it, and then this summer, everybody saw it and they were like, "Oh, look at this game!" And I'm like, "See, it's amazing. It's going to be so good." So I'm just and In Exile, premium studio. They are so good, and everybody overlooks them. If you haven't played Wasteland 3, oh my gosh, it has the best humor ever. It's so good. It's just so worth the play. It's really, really good. But so I think this is going to be great, and I'm really excited for it.
I played a bit of it. It is kind of my type of game. I like that type of game, and I didn't finish it. It's another one that sat in the backlog. Probably I may have put in, I don't know, maybe 20 hours or something. But it's good. It is good.
Very good.
The other one was the Mutant Garden of Eden or something. That was similar to that. There's another one I need to get back to because fantastic game. Donte, what are you excited for coming down the pipe, man? Positive vibes.
No. So obviously Clockwork Revolution, I'm super excited by that. It's specifically Xbox stuff, right? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
talking
yeah.
about? The Xbox stuff.
Any,
Can you put that thing
anything.
back up real quick? I'm kind of curious. I want to take a look at your put that nice graphic that you made back up, please.
I can do that. Oh, I didn't make it. That is Collobrial set. He is
Gotcha.
a fantastic graphic maker. Let me zoom in for you there. I mean, E-Day. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, E-Day, interested in that. Hopefully Blade makes it to fruition, right? Where it doesn't get canceled. So hopefully that makes it to the end game, right? Curious about State of Decay 3. We need to see more, and hopefully it also makes it to the end game as well. But yeah, mainly the big heavy hitters for me are going to be E-Day and Clockwork Revolution. Those are the two that are really, really standing out to me that, I know are going to make it to the end, and I don't have any concerns that we're going to hear something in a few months saying that it got canceled. Oh, sorry, Fable.
Yeah. That for me is huge. Liam, I think we're gonna see that next year.
Yeah, I think Fable. That's the game I really want to see. State of Decay 3, I would like to see an update on. Not sure if it'll be out next year, but it should say something. It's been a while. But I want to just play Fable, Clockwork Revolution, and E-Day. They will come next year. I'll be happy.
Yes. Well, I don't think we're going to see. I think we'll see Clockwork Revolution next year, but I don't think I definitely won't see E-Day. I can't see him knocking that out. Maybe they have had a lot of time. Jumping on to the next topic, there was quite a few interviews. Xbox has been doing sort of the rounds this week, so there was a couple of things that are said. One of them is a bit of a track back to what we sort of talked about, and it was Sarah Bond's interview. Before I hit the like button, guys, share us out. We go live 8 p.m. EST every second Friday until
every other Friday that
we can. We'll sort that out. So look, Sarah had an interview. I believe it was with. I can't remember who it was with, but she said the biggest games in the world are available everywhere. You look at Call of Duty, you look at Minecraft, you look at Fortnite. Two of those are yours, Sarah. That's up to you. You say you look at Roblox. It's actually what's really driving the community in gaming, and that's where people gather. And the idea of locking it to one store or one device is antiquated for most people. Holly, do you believe that exclusives are antiquated?
I think they are for Xbox. And you know how I feel about the rest of this topic.
I mean, Sarah said it.
Open and shut case, Johnson. Let's wrap that up there, Holly.
Donte, exclusives antiquated, are they?
I think we come from a generation where exclusives meant a lot. I think the market is changing a degree, and I think the numbers kind of tell us that exclusives aren't as important as we believe that they are, mainly because third-party games dominate the landscape for the most part on both platforms. Between, I say third-party because before Xbox acquired ABK, it's like games like COD, games like Fortnite, etc. I still think there is some utility in a good exclusive game that, brings people to a particular piece of hardware. But I think as the market continues to evolve, maybe you get to a point where the box becomes ubiquitous, and it just becomes about like what features, what particular box is providing. And then the games are just what storefront you want to purchase them on, because that's where you've purchased most of your games within that ecosystem. So I know where you're coming from. I get the sentiment, but I just think that the landscape it's changing, and we just haven't quite adapted to it. And I get it, right? We've been really big fans of, like, I was a Gears fan, I was a Halo fan, and if you're on PlayStation, you're a God of War fan, or whatever particular IP that you really, really got a sweet spot for on the PlayStation side. So I get it. If you're a Nintendo fan, maybe you really love Mario and all that good stuff, Zelda, etc. But I think, like, when it comes to Xbox and probably PlayStation in the future. I think exclusives, while they do they matter, but I think they're going to be less important if these companies continue to trend the direction that it looks like they're trending, which is we need to get these games into as many hands as possible because the cost of developing them is too high and the margins aren't where we would like them to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think in the very far future we're going to come full circle. But Liam, antiquated exclusives?
I feel much the same of Donte there, and I mean for Nintendo, they aren't antiquated yet.
They're the albatross.
We're going to sell Switches. We're going to be in the corner,
like,
sell
take
everything.
this.
Yeah,
take this box and pay for it. It's a little bit better than the last box. Take it. That's $350.
The thing is, like Nintendo know their audience. They know them to a T, and it shows in their game sales because Nintendo game sales vastly dwarf Xbox or PlayStation game sales. You know, if someone gets a Nintendo Switch, everyone's got Mario Kart, everyone's got Zelda.
Yeah.
PlayStation, Xbox don't have that pull, not with their own games. That's why we're seeing more multi-platform games, and they keep making these budgets bigger and bigger, and games take like 10 years to make. A ridiculous time. Of course, they have to put a multi-platform. They can't hold it anymore. It just doesn't make sense logically for the financials of it. So they need to put it in more places.
I think so. Holly that sort of nailed the I think Holly was very clever in the way that she put that, even though it was open and shut, because she made it so I had no argument because she said for Xbox, yes. So there's no argument there. What can I say to that? I can't then bring up the fact that Netflix has grown itself off the back of exclusives. I can't then bring up that PlayStation grew its brand off the back of exclusives.
No one is purchasing Netflix Amazon because of exclusives, dog. Sorry, no one's doing that, bro. There's like two shows on Netflix that I really, really, really care about that are specific to Netflix, right? And it's probably Stranger Things, and for me, Dark, what's it called? What's the one? The British dark one. I can't think of the name right now. But those are the
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. Those are like the two when I think of Netflix exclusives that I really, really would care about Netflix for. I purchased Netflix because there's a bunch of stuff that can randomly be there from month to month, but I never went to Netflix going, I need to get this because you guys got Black Mirror or you guys got, whatever other one that's specific to them. I just never looked at Netflix that way. I don't think they're a good example of exclusives have helped bring people to their ecosystem.
They're not, because
Disney,
they're a subscription
Amazon
model, and you can't access their things literally any other way besides the subscription. That's the only way they work. Like if you could buy,
right? But
no.
Have you bought their game? Have you said to yourself, "I'm getting Netflix specifically because I want that show"?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think most people. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I've never said that, and I've never talked to anyone who sit there and said, "Man, I really, really need to see this. That's why I got Netflix." It's just like I want access to a bunch of movies. Hopefully, there's something that's good on Netflix or whatever new show that I'll find to be the new cool little addiction. I didn't think I'd like.
Well, that's not fair because I do think that not to help Riskit at all.
Yes,
but
help me.
Put up a poll, Riskit. Put in the chat. How many of y'all purchasing Netflix specifically because of a show that they have that you couldn't watch anywhere else?
A lot of people did that for Stranger Things. A lot of people did that for Squid Game, right? Because the hype was so big culturally. But the difference is that it was a subscription. You can't just buy the game anywhere else. You can't even buy it, you can't even buy it to have it in your Netflix account or anything like that, right? Like there is it's just a very different model because it's just a different model. It just doesn't work the same. Plus the fact is that you can't equate games in a home the way you do TV in a home, because not everybody plays games in a home. Everybody watches TV in a home, right? All the time. And I mean, even gamers still watch TV. because you can't just always turn on a game while you're doing something, right? Like it's an engaging experience. So TV is just always there. It's always on. It's always part of our lives. So like that value proposition for a TV subscription service is entirely different because TV is integrated in our lives in a different way.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I think it's a different type of exclusivity. And I think the better argument would be with I sorry, I just lost his name. I think Nelson Gaming left something like HBO. People did purchase your HBO subscription for specific shows that were produced by HBO because they were Sopranos, you name it, right? There's a plethora of shows that you were like, oh, it's only on HBO, I'm getting that. Netflix is just the one I never looked at that way. I never cared enough about their exclusives that I'm like, I went to Netflix because I wanted to be able to have access to a bunch of movies, and I didn't know what was going to be in the rotation in any particular given month. And most people that I know, at least, are kind of the same way in terms of their subscription to Netflix, and even now for Prime Video. So a little bit different. I think maybe something premium like HBO Cinemax is closer to that scenario, Riskit, more so than Netflix.
Okay, but there is a correlation between Netflix building exclusives and their subscribership numbers going up. And I'm looking that up now because I've looked it up before. But yes, so I mean, look, there is a correlation between exclusivity and subscribership for those things. And yes, it might be slightly different, but if the console's going away and it's the ecosystem and you want people to buy into the ecosystem, it's even at that point, there's an even a more similar model. What about, so here's, I had to look it up. So like, example is Q3 2021 Squid Game added 4.4 million subscribers globally. So I guess that's the point. And my point would be like, not every exclusive is going to add subscribers, but a Stranger Things, Squid Game, a Sopranos. What does Disney have if you've got little kids? That's sort of so I think to say exclusives are antiquated just yet is a bit of a stretch. But you can see
the entry's a little different though, right? Like you can purchase a month or whatever particular streaming service under 20 some odd bucks, or I'm saying, something around that, right? And then cancel it after you watch whatever particular show that you wanted to watch. If you're gonna get into an ecosystem like a console, you got to buy the console, which is going to be a bigger entry price if you're someone who already owns a PlayStation or Nintendo, right? So I think it's easier to say like, yeah, people can go turn on whatever streaming service because of the exclusive, because it's a lower entry price that they can turn off when they don't want it, when they've seen what they want to see. Like I know people who I turned on Disney Plus so they can watch Andor and then they canceled it, right? Like people do things like that with streaming services. I think consoles are a little bit different. You're saying to yourself, I need to push out at least $2.99 US.
But in fairness, the console gets canceled every week on Twitter. So
I won't argue with you there.
Well, look, I do want to jump onto some more that Sarah Bond said in that whole interview because it's pretty interesting. Sort of echoes what we've been talking about. Just a brief sort of soundbite that she mentioned that people sort of jumped onto. And something that I've been saying that I said back in 2023 to Jason Ronald, you guys were both there, about what they should do going forward. It looks like they've listened to Riskit, and if they could get me in there, I would save Xbox in a day, probably 2, maybe 3, but I could do it. Ollie, act like you believe me. I'm going to end this poll though. So our exclusives antiquated, we got 44% yes and 53% no. And I'm going to take that as a win. That is a win for Riskit. So moving on to what she said. She said the next console is very premium, high-end console experience. She sort of mentioned there was a little bit more talk about, and I'll jump over to what Sataya said as well, because there was an interview with Sataya earlier in the week. And he said, so she said it's a very high-end premium experience is what they're going for. And then part of what Satya said, we want to do innovative work on the system side on both console and PC It's kind of funny that people think of console and PC as two different things. We built the console because we wanted to build a better PC, which could then perform for gaming. I kind of want to revisit some of that conventional wisdom. At the end of the day, the console has an experience that is unparalleled and delivers performance that is unparalleled. That's not entirely true. That pushes, I think, the system forward. I'm really looking forward to the next console and what's next for PC gaming. But most importantly, the gaming business model is where we have to invent some new types of interactive media as well. Gaming's competition is not other gaming. We'll get into that in a minute. So what we're hearing is that they're very much doing what we thought they were going to do. What I've been asking for, but I haven't said, or we haven't heard them say, is that they're going for a premium high-end experience. There's equations from people saying that the Xbox Series X is around about a 3070. I don't know if that's 100% true. I don't know what the actual equated PC sort of specs are. And I guess it's a very custom spec system, so it's a bit different. It works with an API instead of a CPU, GPU, and all that sort of stuff. But however, this is fantastic to hear for me. So as someone, and I'll be honest, people in the chat, I have recently been going, got some spare cash in my back pocket, and I'm like, should I just go out and get that gaming PC? Hearing this, 3060, 3070. Thank you, Mr. Bushido. Yeah, so it equates to 3060, 3070. So if we're looking at like more into the 40 series, touching on that 4090 sort of height, or 4080 Super for you, Mr. Bushido, because I know the other one's for graphical rendering. Is that something that's going to keep people to come back? I mean, I know I'm coming back, but who are they targeting with this? Like, who's the target audience? I'm not sure. Are they looking? Well, I mean, is that just it? Are they? Because that to me is like, thank you, Xbox, because realistically, they could shut down with what they're doing now. They could shut down production of the Xbox, and they probably still end up being profitable, right? If they build their new hardware and they tack a little bit on top, it's going to be expensive, right? I'm now thinking it's going to be around the 1,200 mark. Some bullshit came out about like it being 1,200, but I think it's going to be around that 1,200 mark. But this is a console for me, console for you, Donte. Like, but is this a console that's going to bring anyone else in? So if they're doing that, thank you. But what do you think? Who do you think it's for? Like, who is this for, Donte?
Well, I think it was what we joked about over a year ago, where it was like, okay, make a premium device, something that you don't have to sell at a loss and you sell it at cost. And especially if it is true that they're just kind of like, hey, because we sell the console at a loss, right? That's just the fact, right? They sell it at a loss. So if they're just kind of like, hey, we're tired of taking a loss on the hardware. If people want the hardware to play our games, we'll make something premium that justifies the purchase. But we understand that it's not going to be mass market, right? Because you're not going to get the mom looking for the $299 device for little Timmy for Christmas or their birthday. So I think they're just saying, okay, this is what it is, right? Otherwise, that person's building their kid a PC. And for someone like me who maybe you don't want a game on a PC, like I said, I want a device that I still have hooked up in my living room. I don't want to drag my PC out of my bedroom into my living room and hook it up to my TV. I want something that still controls my media, my because I watch all my stuff through my Xbox, right? All my streaming platforms and stuff, all that is done through my Xbox. Hulu Live TV is done through my Xbox. I still want that. I don't want my PC to be something I got to turn on every day. So that's who I think they're still building it for, because otherwise I'm screwed, right? I would have to be like, okay, now I got to switch up what I'm doing. I got to find some other type of media hub device to basically do everything. And I kind of like the idea that so far, if I want to play games, watch movies, etc., I can do it through my Xbox. So that's who I think it's for. And also at the fact of not selling the console at a loss like they've been doing since its inception.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't think they're going to be selling it at a loss. If they're not going to be selling bulk and bringing bulk into their ecosystem, it's got to be like a Surface sort of, that's how you sell it. Liam, who do you think this is for? If we're getting a premium console, is this the kind of console you're going to buy? Do you think this is for this is to bring new people in, or it's just to provide that other SKU to play? Like, how you feeling about the whole premium? Where do you think it'll land? Do you think it's going to land at like a 4090, or you think it's going to be 4080 Super, 5090? What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, spec wise, I don't know what it's going to land at. I don't think it'll be over $1,000. I can't see that personally, but you never know. I think it's for people who have the Xbox library and they want to transition to PC, or PC players who want some Xbox games. Because even if you had the Xbox Ally, as you were talking before, what's an Xbox, what isn't? It's not playing your console library. This Xbox will be an Xbox that plays your console library and then the PC, if it's a hybrid. So it's for the people who have the library, have the achievements, all that stuff over the years. I hope it's cheap enough for people to get. I don't know how much it's going to be.
I think it's definitely going to. Look, I know a lot of people are like saying I don't think so, but look, everyone prepare your wallets. It's going to be $1,000 plus. Like it's not going to be any cheaper than that. That's 100%.
I mean, if that's their price, what's the PS6 going to be like? Because I think the PS6 will probably be more expensive anyway. We've gotten to a weird time now where consoles are just going up in price because of economics and everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors that sort of go into it. Obviously, parts, depending on where they're manufacturing and where they're shipping from, they might move their manufacturing suite to a different company. Obviously, there is a political factor into it. There's there is tariffs and stuff. So I don't know how that would affect it. I don't think a whole lot. I think a lot of companies have used that as a sort of a stick to beat more money out of people. But there's also the fact that things are more expensive. There is inflation. Not to mention if they're talking a premium experience, that you want to sell a premium experience, and a premium experience does not come cheap. You look at the ROG Xbox, the Ally. That's what's that, 800 or something over there in US monies
for the.
I think it's closer to 1,000
for the standard one, 1,200 for the X.
Yeah. Well, so there you go. I mean, over here it's like it's tipping the 1,700 sort of mark, which is where I'm expecting the new Xbox to come in. Holly, how you feeling about? I mean, Holly, you going to get the next Xbox because you've got the PC, you've got the Xbox for when you want to chill. Like, is this Xbox for you? Like, if they do, say they bring out something, it's a 4090, it's a 5070, like 5060. Is it? Are you going to buy the next Xbox?
Probably. Probably, yeah. I mean, I have a 4080 right now, so I don't need I don't need the new Xbox. But I also, like Donte, use it for all of my TV stuff, right? I just I don't have cable and anything, and I don't really want to use the apps on the TV. I prefer to use the Xbox. It's just how I use mine. And obviously I don't want to pay $1,000 for a TV streaming box, right? But with the Play Anywhere initiative, it's much more attractive for the future because the ROG Ally X that I just won, and then the next handheld they make, and everything else, I can switch on the go between those. Not on every game yet, but the ones that I have, and all of the new ones going forward, you'll be able to just switch back and forth pretty easily, right? Hopefully without any complications whatsoever. So that's a nice value proposition, so that if I'm playing on PC and I just switch to a Xbox PC game, and then the next day I come home and I don't want to turn on the PC, I just want to use the Xbox, it's all interchangeable very easily. There's a lot of mic feedback, right? Are you guys getting that?
Yeah, there is a little bit. I think it's coming from. Okay. I'm just gonna pop that on.
Okay.
Oh no, it's Donte.
It's not me. I didn't turn on anything.
I just muted Donte. There's definitely a bit of feedback coming through you.
He loves EV Mux too.
You muted me?
I haven't changed anything. Is it stopped?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Was it this?
Yes.
That's
yes,
there.
Oh,
too.
I didn't recognize that picked up. That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
It's on Twitter. It's a video. Okay, cool.
Copy that. Cool. So I think that was we had the Matt Booty interview as well. So we got to definitely go over that before we jump onto another topic or wrap, depending on what time we got here. So there was the conversation about Matt Booty's was a conversation about and I pulled that one down because for some reason VGC likes to make their advertisements go wrap around the entire thing, and it just absolutely tanks the Google's performance. I don't know why. Yeah, look at that. Just absolutely tanks it. I don't know why you would do that. So Matt Booty had a conversation, I think it was with the New York Post or the New York Times. And he said, we're seeking to meet people where they are. Our biggest competition isn't another console. We're competing more and more with everything from TikTok to movies. And this is something else that Sataya said.
Well.
Yeah, it's also something else that it gives you a look into how they're sort of looking at things. And also something else that one of the PlayStation execs said, and it's true. Like how many times when you're playing Battlefield, in between every match, you check your stats and then you're picking up your phone to have a scroll through Twitter, and then you're on to the next match. Like everyone is doing that. And when you're watching movies, and it drives me nuts. So I do have the concentration span. I could watch a movie, right? My missus, much as I love her, drives me insane. She cannot watch a movie. My daughter cannot watch a movie without scrolling through their phone, and it absolutely drives me wild. And then what you get is what's going on here? And I'm like, well, if you watched the movie,
who's he again?
No. So it is 100% a real thing. They are literally competing with TikTok and stuff. So look, I just wanted to raise that one. There's not a whole lot to say about that unless you guys want to jump in. But I think it gives you a bit of an insight into how Xbox is sort of looking at their business, especially when they say again and again and again, PlayStation is not their competitor. And they've obviously made PlayStation one of their partners. There is one other thing I wanted to wrap up and round up on because I am a bit of a hardcore Helldivers lover at the moment. I haven't played a whole lot of that since Battlefield dropped. However, there has been some performance issues. I don't know if Donte, you had a look at this, but there's been some performance issues. There's quality of life.
Yesterday when I played, it's
rough,
really
right?
Yeah, it did have few. Oops, hold on, I messed up something.
Yeah, it does have some quality of life stuff like that needs to be worked on. But a shout out from the Michael Erickson, who is the director of Helldivers. He's shifting the development team to be releasing more frequent bi-weekly updates to avoid build-up of bugs and fixes being rolled out for those bugs a lot quicker due to that shift, which is disappointing a little bit, as well as it is good because it does need that quality of life. But also that means that the content's going to slow down and has slowed down a bit. I think it's a much needed thing. But my thing has always been like, look, take this team over that you have now, stick them on content, and PlayStation should feed another team in to look at bug fixes and working on all that stuff in the background. I mean, Helldivers 2 can't sit on its laurels. Like, it's probably the worst time for it to do this, I think. Like, it does need this stuff, but it's the worst time to do it because you've just got Battlefield, COD's around the corner. Terrible. Sorry, excuse me, I had a sneeze. COD's around the corner. Which I don't think that's going to have much of an effect, but I got to mention it because it's COD, right? So, what else we got that's live? You've got Arc Raiders that's dropped. You get like so many games that are now competing for people's time. These big games, which I wish they'd stop making. I don't think it's a great time for Helldivers to sit on its laurels and not deliver content. So yeah, I mean, Donte, I know you're a massive Helldivers fan. Don't know if you're into your Helldivers over there, Liam, but I'll come to you. But Donte, what do you think? I personally feel like they should bring in some outside help just to work on the bug fixes and then just keep making content.
I mean, it depends. I think it depends on like if they have the ability to do so, right? If they're nimble enough where they can have dedicated team to focus on bug fixes while also continuing to work on whatever the new release content is, and it doesn't slow them down or hinder them, and have at it. If it takes away from that, then yeah, then maybe you look at it. But it's all that's still based on cost, right? Because it's going to be something that they'll have to look at to say, okay, by doing so, are we now, are we stretching ourselves thin, right? Is that potentially putting us in a position where, we're outsourcing this for bug fixing, and then now if Sony's saying, okay, well, we need you working on whatever the next thing is or something like that, and you don't have, you're too stretched into the point where you can't afford to pay as many people as you have on staff, like those things are considerations that I know they have to take a look at. So it's
Sure.
I'm hoping he's making this decision because he understands that, like, I can dedicate a portion of our team, maybe it's 5-10 guys, whatever the case is, who can focus on the bug fixes while our other teams that are working on whatever the next, new content that's coming out, because they've been pretty good where it's like at least anywhere between 3 to 6 months for the most part that they always have something new that's coming out and hitting. So, and I think there's another one that's pretty close to release, like hopefully I think December-ish, right? So, I mean, I think that's fine considering that how long it's been on Xbox, and if we get something new coming within the next couple of months, I think that's still pretty good. But you got to address bugs once your game gets to the point where it's like constantly crashing on people or kicking people, things like that. Then you start getting the people on social, and exactly, and then it starts to become a thing where people will just go play other things. So you can't ignore it.
Yeah, 100%. And also, I we have to understand that when you're creating new content, that brings new bugs into the game. So yeah, as well, which is something I wanted to mention. So you would have to integrate those two teams, and then cost is always a factor. But I feel like PlayStation's got something on their hands. It's a live service game, so I feel like that they should really nurture it as well. So like maybe throw some extra dollars at it, even if it's not making those dollars back at the minute. I think Helldivers has got the legs to sort of get there. I know Holly is a big fan. I can't help it. I know you. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's like, shoot me now.
Speaking of fan art, we just got our Helldivers 2 coins in.
So. Get out of town.
Yep.
Where is it? Show me that my dog was hassling me out to get the
coin.
I
don't know. I don't have one up here. Plus, I got a new camera and it doesn't focus the same, but it should be on Ben's account, so you could pull up the pictures.
Gad Lord, I'll absolutely pull up the pictures while I ask Liam. How are you a Helldivers fan? Like, what's the?
I have enjoyed Helldivers. I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest fan, but I did play it and got the Halo Bond, War Bond things. I haven't actually played it much for a while because every other game has come out. As you said, every game is competing for your time.
Yeah,
so
a lot of stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think bug fixes is definitely a better way to, prioritize rather than just content. No point in content if it doesn't work. And I know I don't think it's too bad on console, but I think on PC it's more the issue. So yeah, get that fixed, and then make some events. Like people won't leave the game entirely. People will go to other games, but if you make a solid game again, don't make it too buggy. Do some events. People will come back. You can't have all the players all the time.
No, that's true. That is true. But this is the fan art coin.
Oh wow!
Yeah, looks absolutely amazing. Loving that. Just wanted to share that. Head over to Ben Kenobi 2020 on Twitter, and you can find out where you can win them. I know Colt has giveaways on his channel every now and again, and you can always hit up Holly and ask her where they are, or she could tell us now.
I don't know. ILP usually does some, and Seasoned Gaming with Ains usually does giveaways, and Mr. Boomstick usually does giveaways, and Colt as traditionally.
Yeah. So yeah.
And there's usually a few more left around. So, we will we will have some more additional news soon and ways that you might actually be able to just get them for yourself. So we'll see.
That sounds amazing because then I'll buy up every single one. You know what would be really good if you had like a subscription service to get the coins like every month, and then that would be
been thought
amazing.
Of. Yep.
Well, by me just now, and not previously. So if that happens, I'm going to have to. I think 2% is a fairly fair number. Moving on to the next no topic because we are done. Liam, thank you for coming through and giving us your thoughts, mate. Yeah, I think you were the least inflammatory on it, but I guess my thing is, I don't. It is what it is, and this is what we're dealing with. But I just think the shill support, like, and I'm not saying that you were shill supporting, but a lot of people were. So the shill support of it, I just can't handle. But I can understand the nuance points of it. This is a good thing for Halo in the end. We're going to have more players, and hopefully it's going to have more legs. And hopefully, when they release a new Halo, they don't fuck it up so terribly with the content, and they have some ready instead of just completely collapsing the multiplayer because.
Stephen Avery's back.
What?
Where is Stephen?
Guy.
Look at you, scare me.
Love him.
Hello, friend, nemesis.
Stephen Avery.
Liam, sorry. So, Liam, a little bit of history for this. Randomly, Stephen Avery will come in, and he just comes in. He says one thing about Holly,
and then leaves,
and then he's gone.
Yeah,
he never says anything else.
It's the most random shit you've ever heard.
It's like hey,
I look like I drive a Nissan Altima.
It's just some random things, and then he's gone. So he's a bit of a legend. And I haven't seen him for a while. So pleasure seeing you, Stephen Avery, whoever you are, you legend. Whoever you are.
When I found out who you really are, it's not going to go
He just does drive-by snipes, basically. He's like in one comment and out. Love it. And some of them have been like, that's probably not one of his best. That's good, but it's not one of his best. That Nissan Altima was like absolute legendary. You drive a Nissan Altima. Liam, look, let the people know where you are, where they can find you, what you'll be up to coming up soon. You can find all the links in the chat below, guys. As always, in the top in the thing below, down description, that thing. Liam, let people know. My
Twitter handle is LCGaming95, and I do have another podcast that I work on, which is the Greybeard Gaming Podcast. So go and follow that as well.
I've noticed that your beard is not grey, however. I could definitely appear on any Greybeard podcast. Big Mad Mo himself, Greybeard. And Donte. Let the people know where they can find you, what you're up to, and all that sort of stuff.
Yep. Catch me on the socials, Donte J. Moody. Catch me here on Fridays when we show up. So we appreciate you all for coming out. Liam, it's a pleasure meeting you, brother. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me. Nice to meet you all.
Thanks everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome, man. We've been gone for a little bit and immediately you guys are still back here supporting us. So we appreciate you. Everyone have a good weekend and be safe.
Yeah, man. Chat's been amazing and we've been pretty sporadic. So I have to get my shit sorted. I will get my shit sorted one day. Holly, let the people know where they can find you and what and stuff and things and how.
Yeah, you can find me on eBay Tuesday and Thursday nights from 7 to 11 scamming.
Oh, got him.
I guess my jig is up, right? Stephen Avia's Red Wolf. It very well could be. I have my own channel. So please come follow me. I am trying desperately to get over 500 subs, and it is a slog for some reason. It just seems to be really difficult. I do live streams, and I also do long form content on my channel. Some short form, but Yeah, I am in desperate need to make a video, but I don't know what I want to talk about. And the panic
Halo?
about needing
Halo going to
panic
Xbox?
about needing to make it a video and what you want to talk about is the worst part. I actually love making videos, but like coming up with the topic, except for I am gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a series, and I keep telling this, and Mo is my Exodus buddy. The game Exodus that's coming out, I think next year, by the Mass Effect guys. It's Architect Entertainment, is some guys who left BioWare, and they worked on Mass Effect and some other games, but as a team. But anyway, they came together and they're making this new space game, and they're really going like all out for this game. It's really pretty exciting. They got this author to do like a prequel book, and there's another book that's coming out next summer in June. It's like after this. And they've also done a full game encyclopedia book with a lot of artwork, and they've also done what they called like a traveler's handbook, which also has tons of artwork, and it tells all kinds of lore and things for the world. So they're really doing a lot, and there's a third book coming soon. So I am going to do just a real extensive, try to take all of those books and condense them into videos for people. And I'm trying, the hard part is there's so much information that like trying to categorize it and keep it like contained and simple and all that stuff is a little bit complex because they're so like, this world that they've built is just absolutely massive and huge, and it's clearly set up that if it's successful,
That's what she said. Sorry.
Yeah, you wish. That if it's successful, then it's just really set up to just kind of almost like be like a Fallout, right? Where it's just different stories in the world, and just I think they're taking a really interesting, super broad reaching approach for it. It's pretty cool.
They're having
I will
big,
be making
a big
series
swing at
on
it.
that.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's better
it
than
looks
Andromeda.
It's
It
not the
looks
Andromeda,
good.
guys.
no, it looks pretty amazing. Like it looks very Mass Effect-y as well. So I'm super hyped.
Yep.
So yeah, keep an eye out on Holly's channel for that, because she should have that done by the end of the day. So be ready to they're tough, those big videos. If anyone, I mean, I just don't have time these days to make too many, but they are tough to make when you decide you're going to sit down and make one. It's you're talking minimum most of your day's gone. Anywho, that has been our show. Guys in the chat, you've been absolutely amazing, except for Mo. Mo's been great.
Mo.
Shout out to Mo. Shout out to everyone on chat. Grey Moon, our moderator. Donte, our moderator as well. Starting from this show.
I have power now.
Thank you, Liam,
someone.
for coming through and giving us your takes as well on the Halo thing. And yeah, shout out to everyone. Thank you, guys. We'll see you all in the next one.
Peace.